Hello there, fellow NPCs. I'm Corbin Scythe, and today we are starting a new game series. I did ask a lot of you on different visual novel subreddits what game I should be playing next, and this one, The House in Fata Morgana, was the one that won with like 2/3 of the votes, which is honestly a better score than what Eternum got with, I think it was 50% of the votes, I don't remember right now. But yeah, it was a lot. When you have a game that you love, you know that you just want others to play it as well. So yeah, we have just bought the house, Fata Morgana, if I understand it correctly, and we are going to go through its history and solve the mystery about it. Yeah, so with that said, let's go. Ooh. There is a house. Ooh, yeah. Binary sound here. Binaural or whatever it's called. That sits beyond dark, dense woods. Like the world fading into view after a dream. That old mansion appears before you. Without realizing it. Very slow. You instinctively accept as truth the events unfolding before you. The house lives in perpetuity, an amalgam of myriad fates and generations. No one knows who first said, that the mansion was cursed. This is really slow, it's really taking me out of it. Keika Hanala. Art by Moyataro. Something. Music: Meloken, Gao, Yusuke Tsutsumi, Takaki Moria, and Aikawa Rasuna, but whatever. The house in Fata Morgana. Our Father, as thou is in heaven, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Have mercy on me, O Father. And cast their souls into eternal damnation. Ah, there we go. Only took 3.5 minutes. I was looking down upon a corpse. My own corpse. I was afflicted with great despair. At the sight of it being dragged to the place of my crucifixion. My soul crumbled, and I was wholly extinguished. Indeed, I did once lose everything. However, as I faded into darkness everlasting, I heard a voice calling out to me, and so I vowed once more that no matter how long it may take, how great the obstacle that stand in my way, or what form you may assume, I shall come back for you. That I must return to that house. So I ask of you, please wait until this mutilated body arrives there once more. A consciousness wavering like a ship at sea was slowly drawn back to the surface. Terror. With each new breath, feeling gradually returning to your fingers. Master, you could hear the pattering of rain from somewhere. Master, and the sound of crackling fire. Wake up, Master. Creak, creak, creak. Wake up. Oh. Oh, it's the crackling fire. It was very squishy. When you came to, you were rocking back and forth in a rocking chair. The room was dimly lit. Aside from the flickering of the fireplace, there was no other illumination. No light shone through the closed windows. There was only the pitter-patter of rain on the glass. It was as though the whole mansion had been enveloped in darkness. Oh, splendid. You have finally awoken. Someone called out to you. You were about to search the room, but that turned out to be unnecessary. The source of the voice was crouching beside a chair, looking up at you with emerald eyes. Good morning, Master. Oh, is this where I make choices? Yes, it is. Can I use arrows? Oh, it looks like that. Okay. Good morning. What's the matter? Are you still waking up? You seem rather drowsy. Come now, you must gather yourself. Though I am glad to hear your voice. I have simply been waiting so long for this moment. Tending to the mansion all by my lonesome, ensuring it was ready for your return, whenever that time may be. When I caught sight of you through the window, my heart fluttered. The time had finally arrived. You were perplexed. This woman, who looked like a maid, seemed to know you, but you had no memory of her. What kind of herbal tea would you like to start your day with? I have some wonderful chamomile tea leaves if you would like. Or perhaps your tastes have changed since last we met. Yeah, we're talking reincarnation stuff here? Tell me, Master, what would you like? I beg your pardon. I allow myself to get too excited. But I hope you will be sympathetic, Master. I am just utterly elated that I could see you again. The woman appeared to be genuinely delighted that you had awoken, but she seemed to lack the energy typical of her age. Or perhaps life was more appropriate a word than energy. But the gloaming extended beyond the maid. It seemed to encompass the entire mansion. The plaster walls illuminated by the fireplace and the rose engravings in the ebony pillars felt vaguely familiar. But a crushing sense of claustrophobia overpowered that familiarity. It seemed as though the house wasn't interested in accepting you just yet. Oh my, you do not know who I am? Do you not know who you are either? That is quite a predicament. If you cannot remember who you are, then who am I to serve? The woman's face was pale, almost as though a faint chill ran down your spine. You are the master of this house. Though it would seem you have no memories of such. Quite the dilemma. If you know not who you are, then you are no different than a stranger to me, no? Indeed, you have returned. But from where? That I cannot say. Then how about this? I am a servant of this mansion, and as such I am familiar with the many incidents that have taken place here. I shall show you the history of this house, master. That will surely allow you to recall who you are. The freshly awakened gears in your head began to turn you as you mulled things over. The maid has called you the master of this house. But without a single mirror in the room, you had no way of seeing what you looked like. Oh, we don't even know who I am. Okay, that's actually the truth here. Unable to decide, you reflexively nodded. Let us be off then. And fear not, I merely entreat you not to let go of my hand. Should you hold it tightly, you need to not worry about being washed away by the waves of history. No matter what happens, you mustn't let go of my hand. Oh. Very ominous drawing so far. Your hand in hers, you follow the maid's lead through the hall. The air within the mansion was oppressive, as though a black miasma hovered within. The house was bleak and barren, hardly a trace of color to be found. You came across an open window. Beyond it lay nothing but darkness. Neither sunlight nor moonlight could be seen. There were no chirping birds, no rustling grass, no signs of life at all. Everything that would normally give color to the world had vanished entirely. The only other presence was that of the maid. Following her lead, you proceeded through the mansion. After some time, you arrived at a double door, the glass within shattered. The door, once pure white, had long since faded into a dull grey. It appeared to lead to the back garden. You could hear children laughing on the other side. Though it is in the state you now see it, a beautiful, beautiful garden once lay beyond these doors. The owner of the time enjoyed gathering rare species of rose from all across the world. At its grandest, it seemed every flower was in constant competition for the most majestic bloom. Would you like to see this wonderful era of splendor and prosperity? I very much hope it is to your liking, master. The maid opened the doors to the back garden. A sudden gust of wind brushed across your face, forcing you to close your eyes as you followed the maid out the doors. When you next opened your eyes, the world was no longer blanketed in shadows. Okay. The first door. Oh, is that how this is going to go? Interesting. 1603. Yeah, well, as I said, we're going through the history of the mansion. Move the cursor to the bottom right corner of the screen to display the in-game menu. You can save and load your progress and change the game settings there. Okay. Over here somewhere. The mansion had an alluring air of beauty about it in that era. It was almost like something out of a fairy tale. Ah, here we go. Oh, what the hell? Config, backlog, save, load, skip, auto, window. Window? What's window? Ah, I see. If we want to see the entire thing instead of H. H doesn't work here. The mansion had an alluring beauty about it in that era. It was almost like something out of a fairy tale. This period of history could perhaps be described as a symphony of destruction. A cumbersome principles of old came crashing down. Freed from the day-to-day oppression of these antiquated precepts, the people seemed to hark back to the most poor. I need to lower the volume. God damn, that's loud. The people seemed to hark back to the more poetic, expressive ways of old. They took these newly blossoming emotions in hand, and with them they wrote literature, painted portraits, composed theater, and found love. Even the church, which had maintained authority throughout the Middle Ages, embrace the changing times, adopting the culture's flowering sense of aesthetic. War would break out not 20 years from then, plucking the ripened era from the tree of history, but that is of no concern to us now. At the time, it was still what people refer to as the Golden Age, a period of furor for all who were there. Ooh, very fancy. Now, let us take a slight detour. No, we will not be changing locations. This is a tale about the mansion from beginning to end. We will, however, be moving through time. Say, about years into the past? A very wealthy family lived in the house then. Their mother and father, brother and sister all had distinctive beautiful flaxen hair. I was always enamored by their hair. By contrast, mine is the color of a wet crow. See, there I am, standing around looking rather a fool. I was happy back then. And what reason did I have not to be, afforded the opportunity to attend to such a beautiful home? So I poured my heart into serving that family. Listen closely, if you would. That soft fleeting sound that could only be a young girl singing. Can you hear it? La 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 la. The girl you see, cheerfully picking crimson roses and singing like a songbird, was called Nellie. Though young, she sang with elegance. Nellie was deeply fond of the house's garden, and she would often spend her afternoons there. Gorgeous roses gathered from all across the world bloomed in the garden. They were given the utmost care, and even had their thorns removed. So young Nellie would not hurt herself, naturally. The light brown-haired girl carefully plucked petals from those roses, gathering them up as she sang. Her voice was like music played by fairies. Nay, the sight of her was like an angel descended from heaven. Oh dear, please don't look at me like that. I admit I was being rather fanciful. But what is a woman if not fanciful? Little bird, singing night and day. For your little birdie heart, sing your woes away. Pretty flowers all around the little birds. And even when the sun comes up, Oh, dearest Mel, I've forgotten what comes next. Are you listening? Nellie was, as a matter of fact, not the only visitor to the rose garden that day. She always came with her older brother, Mel. The young siblings were inseparable. Mel adored his little sister, who in turn pined for his attention. The sight of the two innocent children cuddling together, not yet shackled by fear for the future, was truly heartwarming. That day, Mel was sitting in the shade of a tree reading a book. As I am sure you are aware, in their time books could not yet be mass-produced. What he was reading had been copied by a scribe. Oof. I presume he had borrowed it from the church. The book, having passed through many hands over many years, was visibly worn, but I suppose that just speaks to its importance. It was in fact a Latin grammar textbook he was reading. Mel was a clever boy. He had attended church from a very young age, where a priest would instruct him in Latin grammar. So at the time I believe he was incapable of reading even advanced texts. Oh, dearest Mel, please. The youngest girl approached her brother, who was consumed by the text. In her hands she carried a large pile of rose petals. Though his sister's shadow overlapped with the trees, the boy still did not notice. So Nellie puffed her cheeks, thrust out her slender arms, and let the petals fall. Ah! Hey, look, your head is covered with roses, Mel. Oh, Nellie, you got petals on the book. This isn't mine, I can't afford to let it get dirty. It's your fault, dearest Mel. I tried to get your attention. And besides, flowers won't get a book dirty. I must raise the white flag. When did my little lady find herself such a sharp wit? While waiting for you, dearest Mel, I waited and waited, and you didn't so much as glance at me. I'll be an adult by the time you're done reading that book. Wow, that soon. That soon. Mother says girls grow up fast. She may be right. In that case, we should do something together before you're all grown up. Surely you won't play with me any longer when you become an adult. That's not true. I'll stay playing with you, even when I'm a grown-up. But grown-ups don't play, Nelly. Fine, I'll stay a child forever then. Didn't you just say you were about to grow up? You're so mean, Mel. I'm sorry. Please don't pout, my little lady. How about this? To make it up to you, I'll play whatever you want today. Really? Do you mean it? I want to play make-believe. Make-believe? Make-believe. I will be a princess taken captive by an evil kingdom, and you, dear Smell, will be my valiant knight. And then you turn into a prince when you rescue me. And I can become a prince? Impressive. They can. Knights and princes both have to be charming, so of course they can. Which is why it must be you, dearest Mel. No one else can be my prince, or my knight. While he may have appeared outwardly embarrassed at his rose-cheeked sister proclaimed threateningly, I am certain he was smiling on the inside. After a few moments, he meekly knelt, bringing himself to eye level with Nellie and gently stroking her soft hair. Alright then. You're my princess, Nellie. And not just anyone's princess, dearest Mel, but yours alone. So, don't be anyone else's prince but mine, okay? Nellie. Jeez, my princess is quite a fawner. Is that bad? Does that make you dislike me? Not at all. I'm proud to have you as my sister, Nellie. You mean more to me than anything in the world, my dear princess. I love you, dearest Mel. You'll always be my prince, forever and ever. Her mood quite improved. Nellie began humming the melody of the song she had forgotten the lyrics to. Holding the skirt of her dress out from her body, the young girl pranced about the rose garden. Mel, his eyes on her back, gave a little shrug. Oh, Nellie, don't come crying to me if you trip running like that. But Mel was not entirely disapproving of his sister's excitement. He carefully brushed aside the petals on his book, set it in the shade of the tree, and began chasing after Nellie. They were picturesque siblings, brimming with hope. And at this time in their lives, there was nothing to jeopardize that hope. Would it not be wonderful if children could stay children forever, Master? As I see it, though, the pleasant, gentle times in our lives have value because they come to an end. Wouldn't you agree? Time continues to flow, impartial and without exception. And as such, everyone's childhood comes to an end. Be that as it may, does time also flow at the same speed for each individual? Now, let us take a trip down the river of time. I would be very much delightful if we could remain at this point in time, but unfortunately, we cannot. Please, do not let go of my hand, Master. Very sweet story so far, but this is supposed to be like dark horror sort of thing. So we will see. We have grown up. They have grown up. I'll be on my way then. Oh, you usually stay for longer. Yes, I have an errand to run today. Thank you for your time, as always. Would you like the book back sometime next week? Next week or the week after? Hold on to it as long as you'd like. But surely there are others who want to use it. None as sharp as you, Mel. Put yourself in my shoes and you'll understand. I want to give you any advantage you can get. Oh, do you not believe me? No, I believe you, Father. And I mean to do whatever I can not to disappoint you. That's the spirit. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. I'm proud to have you as my pupil. Ah yes, and Mel, do consider what we were talking about. Going to university. Indeed. If you do, I can introduce you to some accomplished instructors. There is very little for me to teach you, and I believe you would make a fine priest. It's an honorable thing, Mel, to devote yourself to the service of our Lord. I'll give it some thought. If you'll excuse me then, I'll see you again. Our doors are always open. Farewell. Whether it's in the service of God or the service of the church, it's an honorable profession. But theology? I wouldn't mind attending university, but I'm not sure. I'd kind of like to do something different. Something more befitting of the times. As for what though, I'm stumped. But I need to make up my mind soon. If I drag my feet for too long, even my father is liable to grow impatient. Mercy me. Young sire, blessed young sire, alms. Alms for the poor. Ah, this beggar. If I'm not mistaken, he's been outside the church since last week. Alms? The way he shakes his head. I can get a glimpse of his forehead under his hood. He is completely bald. Buy yourself some bread with this. Ah, thank you very much. May the Lord bless your soul. Thanks. The Lord. Oh no. Then it's going to be cross if I don't hurry home. Curses, and it looks like it's going to rain. Master? Master. Oh, thank goodness. You appear to have firm grasp of your consciousness. I was afraid you had accidentally let go of my hand. Now, Master. This is the period of time I truly wish to show you. The boy reading in the rose garden was now a fine young man. Nonetheless, he still bore the same gentle eyes as before, and he would from time to time show remnants of that innocent young boy. He was, in his own mind, still making the transition into adulthood, I suspect. Mel frequently visited the church, on Sundays to participate in Mass, of course, but more often to be tutored by the priest. In addition, he also attended a private school run by an eminent marquise. Though it was not a school where students had desks and sat in rows. They studied at the marquise's estate. Secondary and higher education was not the same as it is today, and Mel was considering university. The priest wanted to recruit him to the church, but Mel was having difficulty deciding what he should do. That he had such a choice is envious, is it not? Good afternoon. I'm here to pick up my order. Is it ready? Aye, ready and waiting, young Master Rhodes. Oh, don't call me young master, please. I beg your pardon. Can I seem to get me a head out of past? Your order's right here, sir. Mel had stopped at a jewelry store in the center of town on his way back from the church. The building was both a workshop and storefront, and the nobles of the area were deeply fond in the master's wares. He was so skilled even the royal family had commissioned work from him. As a matter of fact, the wooden sign out front was engraved with a replica of a piece of his jewelry said to be on display in the palace. As artistry flourished in this golden age, the number of shops selling luxurious items such as jewelry rose in kind. However, the clientele of these shops comprised of a very narrow range of people. May I have a look? Of course, of course. Good. It came out just as I hoped. Splendid work. Can I afford to disappoint a loyal customer like yourself? Admirable work ethic. I'm sure she'll love it. Such a kind lad, young master. The boy back home could do well to learn a thing or two from you. Every man out to show women some cordiality. Coming home to a cold fireplace is a sad thing indeed. Again, please don't call me young master. My apologies. I'll take this and be on my way then. Good day. If you find yourself in need of aught else, just let me know. I can make any jewelry you ask for. Come to me and your sweetheart, they'll be sure as made. And I guarantee the two of you will have all sorts of fun when you give it to her. Oof. He doesn't know it's his sister. Please, I don't have a sweetheart. Well, that's a surprise. I'm sure many girls are vying for your hand too, young Mr. Rhodes. A fine family, good looks, charming, and your future's all about... I'll be on my way then. I'm in a bit of a hurry. Good day. Come by again anytime. Goodness. Maybe I'll say I want to study abroad or something. Patient as my father may be, that would certainly anger him. I can hear it now. You're wasting your God-given talents, boy. I could renounce my name and rank, go somewhere far away. That sounds like the kind of plan Nelly would come up with. I was walking down the streets all the way home. As he drew closer to the mansion, the rich fragrance of roses grew more prominent. Over time, the distinctive scent had led visitors to refer to the house as Rose Manor. It was also probably a play on the flaxen-haired family's last name, Rhodes, which you heard the owner of the jewelry store say just moments earlier. The mansion looked quite different than it does now, no? Not thickets of ivy covering the walls and no rotten broken doors to be found. I wonder what the Rhodes family would think if they saw the house in its present tragic condition. The sight of their abundantly blooming roses, a veritable symbol of prosperity, long since withered and turned into soil. My apologies, I got a little sentimental there. Let us forget for a moment about our own time. I suppose I stayed out a little too long. Oh well, the sun still shines high in the sky. I'm sure it's... That's cute, that's cute. Let's see. Boop. Dearest Mel, what's took you so long? Where have you been? I've been waiting forever. Nelly, you're not in the house? Nope, you were taking so long I decided to wait by the gate. But you didn't even notice me at all. Is that any way to treat a lady? All that studying got your head stuck up in the clouds. No, it hasn't really. Also, you're heavy. Could you please get off my back? Heavy? I've been gradually reducing the amount of sweets I eat, and I love sweets, to maintain my figure for a new dress, and you called me heavy. I didn't catch that. Were you saying a tongue twister? Yeah, I kind of felt that too. You're such a dimwit, Mel. Jerk, blockhead, weakling. And obnoxious to boot. Whatever happened to the delightful little girl who was once my sister? She'd probably throw a fit if I said that out loud. Should you really be outside, Nelly? You are the star of today's event. It's fine. They can call it a birthday party, but I know it's just about fraternizing. It's obvious what Father's true motives are. He'll be gathering a bunch of boys from good families to look for someone to marry me off to. I have no interest in that at all. Don't be like that, Nelly. They're all here for you. At least enjoy what you can of the party. I guess, and besides, it's not completely terrible. Look at this, dearest Mel. What do you think? What do I think? About what? About what? Me? Mel! My new dress! It arrived! I'm wearing it! How could you not notice? I did notice it was something I hadn't seen before, but you have so many dresses, Nelly, so... But this is the dress I made just for today. Look at the colors, they're so pretty. It's the work of a renowned dyer. And this belt is just lovely. You'll see how it comes together to form a butterfly. Can we see it? Is that something we can see? Oh damn! Hell yeah! That is stunning! Oh. Oh, I'm just absolutely in love with it. I think I'll be wearing this dress for a while to come. So, tell me, what do you think? Does it look good on me? Yeah, it does. It's pretty. She's giving very Luna... No, not Luna. Nova. Nova and Annie vibes from Eternum. In some ways, I guess she's still a delightful little girl. Oh, dearest Mel, I love you. Whoa, don't jump me like that. Ah! Oh my, you dropped something. And what have we have here? Wait, hold on, no! You can't have that yet. Is it a present? Give it back! I was going to give that to you later. I knew it, it's for me, and just what could it be? Hey, don't open it! What's the big deal? It's going to be mine soon anyway, isn't it? So what did we get her? Oh, I love it! A rose necklace. And this design is from the jewelry the royal family uses. Oh, my dearest Mel. You had this made just for me. Oh jeez. It defeats the purpose if you open it before the party. Happiness is always better sooner rather than later, Mel. I think I'll put it on right away. Oh, it's more like a choker than a necklace. I guess maybe those are the same thing back in the 1600s. There, how does it look? It looks lovely. My prince is still the sweetest in all the land. Don't make such weird noises. Oh, but why not? A prince always knows exactly what his princess wants. And this princess wanted some rose jewelry to go with her new dress. Understand? Jeez, you sure don't have it easy playing your prince, Nelly. It might be about time you found a new one. Yeah. There's a lot of non-romance going on here. And it's worrying him, but it's not facing her yet. Unless it has faced her and she actually does love her brother. A prince is a prince because you can't just find one standing on the street corner. If you want to retire, dearest Mel, you're going to have to wait another 10 years. That's a long time. Or if you find yourself a new princess. I'm not so... You're about as romantic as a rock, dearest Mel. But worry not, your adorable sister will always be your princess. What more could you want? Are we really allowed to be the judge of that? I mean more to you than any other girl in the world, do I not? Then that makes me your perfect princess. Hey, what was with that laugh and it'll be over soon laugh? You're always telling me I mean more than anyone to you. Yes, yes you do. More than anyone in the world and my beloved baby sister. I'll take good care of the necklace. Thank you, my dearest Mel. Well, if you're happy with it, then so am I. You're very welcome. Now, back into the house with you. Can't have a party without a guest of honor. Do you know if anyone is here yet? Nope. I imagine they'll be here soon though. Were you down at the church again today, Mel? Yeah, there was something I didn't know how to translate, so I went to look it up. Wow, so diligent. I can't say I really like the priest there personally. Actually, I kind of feel the same way. What? Really? Why? Well, you know, I have my reasons. So even you don't always like the priest, huh? Let's skip Mass on Sunday then. We can go play. No skipping church. As grew the brothers, so too did the sister. That day Nelly would be turning 14 and Mel, 3 years her senior, was 17. You saw it with your own eyes, so you know just how much she has changed. She was always a cute little girl and she grew into an even more beautiful young woman. Though she was only 14, she was well on her way to becoming a fine lady. As for her character, well... But a girl like that has her own charms, would you not say? Drifting down the river of time, the two siblings matured into healthy young adults, but the core of their relationship did not change in the slightest. Nelly was very much attached to her brother, and as much as Mel complained, he still cared deeply for his sister. Around the time the sun had begun to set, carriages started lining outside as well-dressed aristocrats made their way into the house. As Nelly had suspected, the majority of them were boys. Yes, I understand. But that is where we are going to cut off for today's episode. This was the first episode, and I really like how it just right off the bat brought us into the story. We don't really see that in the other visual novels that I see. It's always a bit of a build-up, but here we are thrust into the story because we are going to go through a lot of different stories throughout the years in Fata Morgana, the house in Fata Morgana, that is. So yeah, I am looking forward to see where this takes us because I know it's going to have a dark twist to it, but I don't know why or how yet. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you Josef for donating directly to my Ko-fi page. If you guys want to help me out, you can do so by clicking the link down in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Goodbye everyone.